6:30 time. Sarvebhyo Namaha. We are starting our class with Vande Mataram. I'm requesting Mr. Venkat Narayan sir to recite Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Suphalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhra Jyotsna Pulakitayaminim, Pullakutsumita Drumadala Shobhinim, Suhasinim, Sumadhura Bhashinim, Sukadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. Dhanyawad Mahodaya. And then I'm requesting Mr. Narasimhamurthy Garu, 5019 pin number, to chant the session starting Prarthana.
So 1 minute meditation and 3 times Omkaram. Om. 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 Om Gananam Tva Ganapatibum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamasravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasranvanotibhi Sida Sadhanam Om Sri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajanivati Dhinam Avitravatu Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मां पाहि गुरो ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Then we finished our regular Prarthana session, and then we are starting a wonderful session today. It is a basic of Indian knowledge, a great icon of Indian knowledge, that is Indian astronomy and astrology and calendrical systems. These all are the main topics in our regular life. So we are learning today from Sundari Madam these topics, and then I am requesting Sundari Madam to welcome to the class, and then I am requesting Mr. Venkat Narayan sir to introduce Madam to the class.
Sarvebhyo Namaskaraha. I am privileged to introduce you to Dr. PBT Sundari Garu. She has been kind enough to address the students in all our classes. She is a doctorate in astrosciences from Jyotisha Vishwavidyapit University, Omkareshwar. She did her post-graduation in astrology and also holds a postgraduate diploma in management. She has more than 10 years experience in astrology and wrote Ketaki Drik Siddhanta Panchangam. She delivered speeches on various TV programs, YouTube channels about Sanatana Dharma and Jyotisha Shastra. She published various articles in various astrology magazines. Originally, she worked in Department of Posts and took VRS as Postmaster of Bhopal GPO. She is also a champion in table tennis and throw ball. Such a multi-talented personality. And now I request Dr. Sundari Garu to take the session. Thank you.
Sarvebhyo Namaskara. Good evening to everybody. Welcome to IKS section. Today I'm very happy to know that the part of this IKS system conducted by the VSS University. Indian knowledge systems. Our today's topic is calendar systems. So everybody knows India is one of the oldest and richest traditions of knowledge in the world. IKS refers to this means also known as Bharatiya Jnana Parampara, to the comprehensive interdisciplinary body of the knowledge, philosophies and practices organizing in India over thousands of years. IKS Indian knowledge system is a Bharatiya Drushti, the Indian perspective, comprises unbroken tradition of knowledge, transmission. It covers both ancient texts, Vedas, Vedangas, Upanishads, and indigenous traditional and tribal knowledge also. IKS is considered a living tradition rather than just as a relic of past, focusing on the using traditional wisdom of address modern and the future challenges. Indian knowledge system includes both formal, like ancient language, informal knowledge of further down through the customs, traditions, and everyday practice of families and communities. In order to transmit of the Vedas with high fidelity from the Guru Shishya Parampara, concern of the IKS, the Vedangas are 6 auxiliary disciplines to help the preserve, understand, and transmit of the Vedas in disciplining session effectively. The Vedangas are Siksha, Vyakarana, Chandas, Nirukta, Jyotisha, and Kalpa. These 6 support Vedas to expression, interpretation of application of the systems. This is very ancient and cultural knowledge of Indian knowledge system. Indian astronomy, known as Jyotisha, holds a distinguished place in the global history of the field. It is a significant part of Indian intellectual heritage, deeply intertwined in the mythology, philosophy, and religious practice. Indian astronomers, centuries before the advent of the modern technology, made pioneering contribution to celestial observations, mathematics, and understanding of planetary motions. The Indian context of astronomy is rooted not only in the practical needs, such as timekeeping and navigation, but also in spiritual and cultural dimensions that affirm which a country of the ancient wisdom. The Indians can be proud of the art, craft, and science of calendars. Tracing back the lineage of the Indian calendar systems, Panchanga, the Indian elements and era, some divide from the creations of Jyotisha. The science of Jyotisha means the science of light. 6 Vedangas, the Netrasthana of the Veda Purusha is Jyotish Shastra. And the remaining parts, Siksha, Chandasu, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Kalpa. Today calendar system belongs to the Jyotisha, astrology and astronomy. These are 6 auxiliary disciplines known as Vedanga, limbs of Veda Purusha in the Indian context. With human striving hard, the quest of accurate the measurement of the has $1 million process since long. Astronomers have tried to map the different cyclically observations. What is the observation they made in the naked eye? Motions exhibited by the celestial bodies, especially the 2 luminaries, the sun and the moon, sitting on the earth, which in itself undergoing rotation, revolution, precession, and many other motions simultaneously. A careful and subtle observation and interpretation of the cyclic periodic motion of these celestial bodies, objects apparently seen in the sky for millennia has resulted into the evolution of calendar system with the time to time. So very important of Indian calendar systems, the first ancient time also. So our present topic is calendar system, the Indian in IKS, that relates to Jyotisha. Jyotisha refers to timing action with cosmic rhythms. Jyotisha links personal and cosmic time based on cycles of the sun and moon and stars also. It ensures rituals and actions, karma, as performed when naturally aligned. Jyotisha analyzes how planetary movements influences of human bodies and human lives on earth. This is the most important thing. And guidance for optional timings in the education, rituals, and life events. This is everything they are astronomy. Astronomy has always been a bridge between human curiosity and the cosmos. Ancient civilizations, particularly in India, have made significant contribution to this field of observing and calculating celestial phenomena, which in turn helped organize daily the seasons, the changes of seasons, and religious practices. One of the most critical aspects of astronomy is the measure of time, which form the basis of calendars. The measure of time is the basic fact of the calendar system, rituals and social order. In this section now, we explore the Indian perspective on timekeeping in detailed ancient text, focusing the measurement of time, Vedic divisions, lunar and solar years, and the conversion of eras. These timekeeping methods show a remarkable blend of the observational precision and mathematical ingenuity, showcasing India's early contribution both the astronomy and the understanding of the time. The celestial dance of seasons and the celestial balance of stars have all developed a system of measurement and organization, calendars, those in human constructs. Emerged as the answer, a framework to navigate the vast expanse of time, predict the natural cycles they observed, and coordinate human activities also. The importance of calendars transcend the mundane task of scheduling appointments. They serve as the scaffolding upon which society have built calendars, establish the rhythm of the life, dictating religious observations and social events also. They are the backbone of historical record keeping, allowing us to chart the course of humanity and trace the evolution of the cultures also. Imagine without a world without a calendar, how the farmers would struggle to sow the seeds at the optimal time, missing crucial windows for a bountiful harvest. Communities would find it difficult to coordinate religious festivals also, fracturing the shared experience of both them. Commencing and trade would be hampered the absence of the standard system for scheduling deliveries and the deadlines also. So calendars is very important in the Indian knowledge system. The calendar astronomy is one of the earliest and most enduring applications of astronomical knowledge across civilizations. The Indian calendar systems developed within the framework of IKS present a unique synthesis of the observation of astronomy, mathematical computation, cosmology, and social practice. In Indian calendar astronomy, with a special emphasis on the Panchanga system. That is very important backbone of the Indian calendar system is the Panchanga system. And the Panchanga means 5 limbs. Pancha means 5. The 5 limbs and situations with the comprehension with the Western astronomical calendar system traditions. By examining a period of epidemiology foundations, concepting of time, reference framework, calendar mechanics, the culture and view of Indian calendars. By known, IKS calendar systems means the cosmic karmic observations or understand the place of astronomy the most important within the Indian knowledge system. The astronomical principles underlying Indian calendar system, details of 5 limbs of Panchanga and then computations for the how they work in the measurement of the time. Compare the Indian celestial lunar solar calendars and Western tropical solar calendars. Appreciate the cultural, ecological, and the philosophical dimensions of the calendar astronomy. Complementaries of between Indian and Western astronomy traditions also. So calendars are not merely tools for the counting days. They are scientific modules of celestial motion transmitted into social time. Every calendar encodes assumptions about the cosmos, the nature of time, the changes of the nature. Everything they have to denote the change of the calendars, relationship between the human and the universe also. The Indian calendars are distinctive because they are astronomically precise yet culturally embedded. Observational rather than the purely arithmetic. Continuously used for ancient time. When we have to take the Western astronomy, while achieving extraordinary precision and technological sophistication, emphasis imposed civil calendars, primarily an administrative uniformity. That's all. There is no specific nature connection in Western Gregorian calendars. So, in this course, we have to discuss the Indian calendar system and Panchanga system also. Astronomy within Indian knowledge system is Jyotisha of Vedanga. In IKS, Jyotisha is one of the 6 Vedangas, auxiliary sciences necessary for a understanding and applying Vedic knowledge. It is primary purpose of the determination of the Kala, the time, especially for ritual performance, seasonal regulations, social and agricultural planning. Unlike modern astronomy, which is largely discriminative, theoretical Jyotisha is applied astronomy deeply connected to the human activity. IKS recognize multiple sources of valid knowledge, Pratyaksha, direct observation, Anumana, inference and the reasoning. Calendrical astronomy evolved though the balance of all these establishing continuity without stagnation. So early societies ruled on celestial observations to track the passage of time. The sun's daily or across the sky provided a natural division between day and night, while the phases of the moon marked the approximate length of the month. Observing the movement of the constellations against the backdrop of the starry night of sky offered a glimpses into longer cycles of the years. These celestial markers laid the foundation of the calendars, often lunisolar in nature, combining the cycles of the moon with the solar year. Such calendars were crucial for aggregation societies, enabling them to synchronize the planting of harvesting with the changing of the seasons also. Calendars are not merely utilitarian tools. They are deeply intertwined with the cultural fabric of society. Religious festivals, steeped in tradition and mythology, often find their days determined by the calendar. Calendars also reflect the unique value systems of the different cultures also. Suppose the Chinese calendar, for example, is a lunisolar calendar with a 12-year annual cycle, each year associated with a specific animal and symbolic attributes. The calendar system is not just a means of tracking time, but also a way of understanding the world and the one's place within it. Bharat of land, India is a land of diverse cultures and traditions also. Most fascinating array of the calendars, the Hindu calendar with its complex system of lunar months and solar years, form the bedrock of many regional calendars. Local variations account for seasonal differences and specific culture practices. Alongside this, India has adopted its own method, scientific national calendar, along with the globally popular Gregorian calendar for official purposes also. Showcasing its ability to bridge the tradition and modern in its approach of the timekeeping. So the calendars, suppose the time contest in Indian astronomy, the calendars of India, we have to know. Timekeeping in India, ancient India, was an essential aspect of the astronomy. Interwoven the religious and cultural practices, time was understood on the various scales, from the minute division used in the rituals of the cosmic cycles, creation and destruction also. The understanding of time was often linked to celestial phenomena such as the movement of the sun, moon, and planets. Indian astronomers recognized time units ranging from the seconds to millennia, and the timekeeping methods became integral to their scientific and religious worldview. Divisions of time in Vedas. The Vedas, particularly the Taittiriya Brahmana, offer profound insights into how time was conceptually divided into ancient India. The basic into how time was, the basic time units include the year, Varsha, months, Masa, days, Ahoratra, and similar divisions like Muhurta, a period of about 48 minutes, and Prana, a fraction of the second. Each of these divisions was linked to celestial movements, particularly of the sun and the moon. In Taittiriya Brahmana, we find references to the year consist of 12 months, with a month being divided into two halves, the light and the dark fortnights, which correspond to the waxing warning phases of the moon, respectively. And interestingly, the test also mentioned 13th month added in an intercracy month Adhika Masa also, to synchronize the lunar calendar with the solar year. The intercalary month was a critical aspect of Vedic time, reckoning as it helped to bridge the discrepancy between the 354 days lunar year and the 365 days the solar year. The Taittiriya Brahmana, one of the significant tests of this Ayurveda, elaborates on the calendar system used in Vedic rituals. It mentions 13 months in the Vedic calendar, which include 12 regular months and one intercalary month, that is Adhika Masa, added periodically to align the lunar year with the solar year. The names of these months are the Taittiriya Brahmana are associated with the lunar observation seasons. Madhu, Madhava, Sukra, Susi, Nadha, Nabhasa, Isha, Urja, Sahasa, Sahasya, Tapasa, Tapasya, Adhikamasa. And also the purpose of the Asian month was to maintain alignment between the lunar and solar cycles. The precise method of adding the intercalary month reflects the sophisticated understanding of astronomy and the need to harmonize the lunar and the solar calendars. In Taittiriya Brahmana, the names of the 13 months are linked to the specific seasonal and celestial phenomena. The Vedic tradition recognized the significance of both lunar and solar years, which resulted in the development of luni-solar calendar. The names of the half of the months Paksha were similarly associated with the lunar phases, which had immense religious and practical significance, especially for determining the timing of rituals and sacrifices. The Vedic calendar also placed emphasis on the movement of the moon through the 27 nakshatras, the lunar monsoons, marking significant points in the lunar month. And this division helped to regulate both agriculture and religious activities. In Vedanga Jyotishya, by Lagadha, formulate the calendar on a 5-year cycle. That is, 5-year is called Yuga, with the Varsha year commencing from the first day of the month of Magha in Lagadha period. These months are ending the Amavasya, while Vedic months are Purnimanta, ending of the Purnima. Yuga cycle had 1830 Savana civil days, 60 solar months, 62 Sindrak lunar months, 67 sidereal lunar months, 2 intercalary lunar months, 1860 Tidis, 30 Kshaya Tidis, and 1809 Nakshatra days. Later, the Jain mathematical test Surya Padante 500 BCE used Yuga system, the Vedanga Jyotishya, but with the cycle starting summer celestial and full moon Abhijit Nakshatra. It's the advancement time to time observations. Slowly, from Vedanga Jyotisha is Siddhantic astronomy, with the time to use motion of the sun, moon, and the planets, chronometry of the Surya Siddhanta. The civil days of solar year are derived from Mahayuga, 4.32 multiplied by 106 solar years. Varahamihira Surya Siddhanta defines solar year to be 365.258,750 days. Strikingly close to modern celestial year of 365.256,363 days. With the passage of time, Bija corrections were introduced to constraints of Surya Siddhanta in reference to sun, moon, and planetary revolutions. These are the three prominent calendar systems followed in India: lunar calendar, solar calendar, and luni-solar calendar. These are the first three calendars we followed fundamentally, mainly lunar calendar, solar calendar, luni-solar calendar. As the name suggests, a lunar calendar follows the motion of the moon, with the lunar year being determined by the distributing 354 days into 12 months, like a Islamic calendar. To keep a track of the chronology systematically, the India has an interesting system of Samvatsara era. This is very closely linked to the Jovian years, Brihaspati Varsha. Brihaspati Varsha means the Jupiter transit. The planet transit motions are different. The slowest planets, Saturn and Jupiter. The Brihaspati Masa year calendar, the Jupiter complete one Rasi Chakra is 1 year. So the taking complete the Rasi Chakra 12 years to complete one cycle. There is a cycle of 60 Jovian years, Samvatsaras, astronomically. For about 86 in Jovian years, there are 85 celestial solar years. India has a history of different eras being followed. A few prominent ones being the solar eras like Kali era, Shanka Samvat as used in Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Bengal, Kollam era, Bengali, Sun, Tripura, etc. And Luni solar eras like Vikrama Samvatsara commenced from 57 BC, Salivahana Shaka, Samvat traditional commenced from the 78 AD, etc. The Indian astronomers divided time not only in terms of days and months, but also much similar and larger units. A day divided into 30 muhurtas, 15 from sunrise to sunset, 15 muhurtas. Again, sunset to next day sunrise, 15 muhurtas. Total day is 30 muhurtas, each consisting of 48 minutes averagely. This precise division of time was used in the both daily life and rituals, longer periods also, such as yugas and ages, which are composed of thousands of millions of years, reflect a cyclic concept of the cosmic time. So reckoning time is several systems of reckoning and emerged the Indian astronomy, each serving specific culture or scientific needs. The most prominent modes include the lunar day, that is Tithi, the solar day, the solar year, the luni-solar years, and the civil day. Each mode was tied to the motion of the celestial bodies and often determined the religious activities also. What is lunar day? That is lunar day means Tithi. Generally, we are talking about Tithi. That is lunar day. A Tithi is the time of takes for the moon to gain 12 degrees on the sun. Tithi is the time it takes for the moon to gain 12 degrees from the sun. The lunar day does not correspond exactly with the solar day, making the lunar calendar slightly shorter than the solar calendar. There are 30 Tithis in lunar month, with 15 falling in the braid of Shukla Paksha. We generally use Shukla Paksha, rising moon, Udik Chandra, Shukla Paksha, and 15 in the dark of the Krishna Paksha. The colors of the moon is reducing day to day. The Tithis is important of determining the timing of religious festivals and ties to Indian culture. Next is solar day. What is solar day? The solar day corresponds to the earth rotation relative to the sun. Unlike the lunar day, which is shorter, the solar day forms the basis for the civil calendar and daily life. The concept of the solar day was crucial for agricultural societies as it helped track a passage of the seasons. Solar year. The solar is the time it takes for the earth to complete one orbit around the sun. And generally, the sun moves in each Rasi 30 days, 30 for 1 degree on 1 day. The each Rasi is having 30 degrees. Total cycle is the 360 degrees. So it roughly the sun transit entire complete of the one cycle about 365.2422 days. That 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, 46 seconds. The sun exactly roughly to complete the entire cycle in 1 year. That is called solar year. The solar year played an important role in ancient Indian calendars, particularly for calculating the seasons and determining the timings of festival like Makara Sankranti. Because Makara Sankranti, we know the sun transit enter in the Makara Rasi that we call starting the Uttarayana Punya Kalam. Normally, that is Makara Sankranti, which make the sun's transit to the Capricorn zodiac sign. That we have celebrated the Makara Sankranti. That is, from that day, the Uttarayana will be begins. That though solar is also very important for calculating these when the begins of the season, Ainas and also. Luni solar year. What is Luni solar year? The Luni solar year attempts to reconcile the lunar and solar calendars. Since a lunar is about 354 days long and solar is about 365.2422. An intercalary month is added approximately every 3 years to align the two. The adjustment ensures that lunar festivals continue to correspond with their appropriate seasons. The lunisolar is significant in Indian religious and agriculture calendars as it governs the timing of the both. The civil day. What is civil day? The civil day is based on the solar day and forms the foundation of modern timekeeping. In ancient India, the civil day was divided into 30 muhurtas. And these divisions were used to mark the various times of rituals and work. The morning sunrise to sunset of 15 muhurtas and night time sunset to next day sunrise. 15 muhurtas, total day, entire day, 30 muhurtas. So the time Indian contemporary concept is related to Divas. Divas means one solar day. Notably, the Indian day is set into the begin with the rising of the sun. We have to start not at midnight. In Indian calendar system, the sunrise, starting the sunrise time, we have to start the daytime. Divas. Our planet Earth constantly spins into axis from west to east, which is referred to the rotational motion of the Earth. As a result of this spinning motion, the sun, Earth is spinning motion rotation. from time frame of the work. Apparently, the sun seems to rise in the morning in the east and set in the evening in the west direction. The stars are night too appear to move westward to earth, continues to spin. The traditional Indian timekeeping, that period of time for which the sun is visible to call divas, day. And the period for which the sun is below the horizon is not seen, known as Ratri, Diva Ratri, day, solar day means Ahoratri, day and night. Both day and night together are referred to Ahoratra, represent a full day from the sunrise to next day sunrise. This is our Indian calendar system. We can take that. The day and next Vara, weekday. Vara is a cyclically orderly period for 7 days, usually used to all around the world. Generally nowadays calendar, civil calendar also we are using the weekdays. It is not linked to moon phases of cycle directly or directly as Tithi, Paksha, etc. During the time Varahmira, mentions of Vara has found in Indian literature. Indian weekdays are named as Ravivara, Somavara, Mangalavara, Budhavara, Bruhaspativara, Sukravara, Senivara, with the nomenclatures variation in different regions in the country. Interestingly, in Vedanga Jyotisha, the names of the sun, the moon, and other 5 planets, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, are mentioned in order as the modern day week, but without mentioning the concept of Vara. Surya Siddhanta is an explanation for naming of the day. Beginning from Saturn and moving downward in order, the 4th lord of the day, the lord of planetary hours, Hora, as assigned sequence starting from the sun, going down the man by one. The slowest planet to speediest planet, fasting moving planets in Indian astronomy. Because very slowest planet, the of 7 planets, total Navagrahas, 9 planets out of 9, 2 shadow planets, Rahu Ketu, and 7 planets, the slowest planet is Saturn. The next order Saturn to next to slowest planet Jupiter. In order, highest Saturn, the next to slowest is Jupiter, then Mars, then Sun, Venus, Mercury, and last highest speedy planet is Moon. In this system, the 4th celestial body, Graha, counting downwards from Saturn, is considered as the Dinadipati, as a ruler of the day. With Saturday, the Dinadipati is the Saturn planet, the ruling of the day lord. Each successive calendar body following to Saturn in descending order governs a specific hour. As by ancient Indian text, the division is time called an Ahoratra. Consists of 24 units. Each hour is called Hora. Hora means hour, 1 hour, 24 hours. In Divas, they are having 24 Horas. Each Hora is believed to be ruled by a specific planet. Every day begin Hora, the day lord, because if it is Sunday, the first Hora is called Ravi Hora, sun ruled by the sun. Like that, the Horadpati, interesting, the Horadpati present the sunrise, who is the day starting sunrise, the day lord is there, that is the first Horadpati also. While Dinadpati held particular significance and determined the name as the day. Suppose Vara and Dinadpati, Senivara. If you take the Seni is the Dinadipati, the English western side we can call as Saturday. Saturn means Seni. Ravivara, Ravi means sun planet, Sunday. Somavasara or Somvara Induvasara is the moon planet is Chandra, that Monday, moon. Mangalavara. Mangala means Mangaludu means Mars planet. The Dinadpati is Mars, the Tuesday. Budhavara. Buddha means Mercury planet, the Wednesday. Bruhaspati Vara. Bruhaspati means Jupiter. The planet is Jupiter, Thursday. Sukravara. Sukra means Venus planet, Friday. So the fixed sequences you can say Saturn. Next Hora, how it will come. One after another. If you so Saturday starts Shani Hora, then next Hora is 1 hour. Every Hora duration is 1 hour. Shani Hora, next downward is the Bruhaspati Hora order. Next Mangala Mars, next Sun, next Sukra, next Buddha, next Chandra. Repeating every 7 horas like this. So this is the hora sequence. Every day is having 24 horas. The day lord is the first sunrise hora, 1 hour duration. Like this. The lay dots are highlighted every day. The day lord is the more important effect on that particular day. For Ravivara means Sunday, the day lord is Sun, Surya. For the Somavasra, the day lord is Chandra. For Mangalavara, Mangaludu or Mars. Budhavara, Bududu or Bruhaspati or Mercury. For Bruhaspadivara, Guruvara, Thursday, Jupiter. Sukravara, Venus planet. Shanivara, Shani. So this is the all the hora system. Then day lord from day sunrise to next day sunset. Sunrise that. Next is this is Vara day, Vara. Next time classification Paksha means fortnight, 15 days. In Hindu calendar, a luni-solar calendar system indirectly combines of cycles of moon and the sun. A fundamental unit within this system is the Paksha, meaning half of the lunar month. Paksha means already done total 30 days, 15 days. Shukla Paksha, 15 days in the Krishna Paksha, the fortnight, 15 days period, lunar month. Meaning lunar month, the closest subject of the Paksha is fortnight. There are 2 Pakshas in each month, roughly 15 days, reflecting the every changing appearance of the moon, Uddhi Chandra and the Kshena Chandra. Ante Shukla Paksha, the rising moon kalas are increasing. Purnima is 16 full moon day. And next after full moon day, Krishna Paksha, every day 1 kala of the moon is decreases, then ending Amavasa is 0, the moon having 0 kalas. This is waxing moon. Krishna Paksha, the first Paksha, Sanskrit for dark fortnight. Amavasya to Amavasya, 1 month. Some areas Purnami to Purnami, 1 month. The commence of the full moon Purnima and cultivate the new moon day. Till that one day the dark Krishna Paksha is called. This is Paksha Thidis also. Total we have to having 15 days. Then we can detail in Thidis names and also we can detail in the study of the Panchanga time. We have to know that. So Indian cosmology, this is the Dina, Vara, Paksha, then again month. In this system, 12 months also there. Every month, the naming of the month is in lunar system. The moons fall in the nakshatra, which nakshatra of that month naming. Suppose it's moon on Purnima Tithi, Chitta nakshatra, that is called Chaitra Masa. In Visakha nakshatra, near the moon was that day, Purnima day, this is Vaisakha Masa. Like that 12 months in lunar system, Chaitra, Vaisakha, every month we have to continue 12 months. Each month name is decided that particular nakshatra, 27 nakshatras out of 27 nakshatra, the Purnima nakshatra is there. That is Chaitra Masam. Chitta nakshatra fallen on Purnima day. That is Chaitra Masa. Visakha Nakshatra fall on the moon day, full moon day, that is Vaisakha Masam. Jyeshta Nakshatram, Jyeshta Masam. Jyeshta Ashada, Purvashada or Uttarashada. Nakshatra fall on moon day, that is Ashada Masam. Shravana Nakshatra, Purnima, there is Shravana Masam. Bhadrava, Uttara Bhadra or Purva Bhadra, full moon day happen. That day, that Masa name is the Bhadrapada Masam. Ashwini Nakshatra fall in the Purnima, the Ashvija Masam. Krittika Nakshatra Purnima day in Kartika Masam. Most of the day, the small variance, sometimes the Nakshatra is yet to come. Most of the days that Nakshatra will come on the Purnima day, Krittika Kartika Masa. Mrugasira Nakshatra is fall in Purnima day, Margashirsha Masam. Pushami Nakshatra fall in the Pushya Masam. Makha Nakshatra with Makha Masam. Uttara Falguni or Purva Falguni fall in the Falguna Masam. This is the 12 months period, and in that Indian calendar system, some 16 years of the years also is there. So Indian cosmology time Kala is a clinical and heredital days and nights, lunar months, solar years, yugas, and kalpas also there, yugas. The cyclic is measured in the calendar design, where time off is not uniform but quantitatively differentiated. Linear time is the Western astronomy that generally transit time as linear, uniform, quantitative calendars. Reflect this is by the enjoying fixed length of days and months, largely displayed with the ongoing celestial observations. And two astronomical viewpoints also in Indian calendar system. That is the viewpoints Narayana Paddhati and Sayana and Narayana. The two important in Indian calendars are based on the fixed stellar references, particularly Nakshatra system. Precision of the equinox is corrected using Ainamsa, ensuring long-term consistency. Is Sayana system and Narayana system. In astronomy, two primary systems are used to represent the positions of the celestial bodies in the sky. That is the Sayana and the Narayana systems. Both terms share the root word Ayana, which translates the movement. Ayana means Gamanam, movement. This concept is central to understanding the subtle significant differences between these systems. Sayana system, tracking the moving equinox. The Sayana system, literally meaning movement along with, takes into the account the precision of the equinox. The equinox, the points where the sun crosses the celestial equator, are not static. Due to Earth axis tilt, the position, the slow wobble into axis, the equinox gradually shift westward over a period of time. The Sayana system acknowledges this movement and uses dynamic reference point that aligns with the current position of the vernal equinox. In Narayana system, equinox system, a fixed frame of reference. The Narayana system, meaning no movement or fixed, offers a constructing perspective. It disgrades the position of the equinox and implies the fixed reference point in the celestial sphere. The fixed point is traditionally set at the position of vernal equinox on the specific date, that often March 21st in the Gregorian calendar. By using a fixed reference in Narayana system provides a stable framework of celestial measurements. The two systems we have to follow, the Narayana and Sayana. First, we have to understand the precision of the equinox. The precision of the equinox arises from the Earth tilt axis of rotation, approximately 23.5 degrees, and precessional motion. Imagine Earth with one direction to another direction. That is the important motion of this equinox movement, the Saina and Narayana systems. Is it the Sellas references and movements of the part? This generally the Saina system used in the Western astronomy. Western calendars and zodiac systems are anchored to the vernal equinox, prioritizing the seasonal alignment over stellar constancy. Luni-solar architecture of the Indian calendars integrate solar motion, seasons, and seasons are 6 seasons, rutus. Every season duration is 2 months. Lunar months, rituals and festivals we have to follow. Actually, this is mismatch between the summer and lunar and solar systems. It resolved though the Adhika Masa, inserted based on the actual astronomical conditions and fixed cycles. In IKS calendars, luni-solar based on sun longitude, moon longitude, angular separations uses to Tidhi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karana, intercalation were Adhika Masa also. Generally in Western calendars, Gregorian calendar, purely solar, based on Earth resolution, leap year. Every 4 years, no moon based on the elements. The IKS systems, mathematics based like trigonometry, infinite series, integrative corrections, mean and time, positions, based on the Siddhanta Bhaga, mathematics, and everything. In Aryabhatta, computed earth rotation and eclipse geometry also. In IKS, cosmology is beginningless and endless, multiple creations and dissolutions, vast time scales, the billions of years. Roughly 1 kalpa is equal to 4.32 billion years. In IKS observing part of the cosmos, human consciousness reflects the cosmic order. Indian calendars are not merely systems for the counting days or organizing civil life. They are scientifically grounded astronomical frameworks developed through the centuries of systematic sky observations, mathematical modeling, and philosophical reflections. Within IKS calendar are understood an instrument that connect with cosmic motion, graha gati, with a human life, that is karma. Every element of an Indian calendar, day, month, season, ayanas, samvatsras, rituals, in encodes as the precise. In astronomical phenomena involving the sun, moon, planets, and the stars, Indian calendar function as a living astronomical documents continuously tracking the dynamic sky. Indian calendars are their lunisolar structures which integrate the both solar and lunar astronomy. Solar component is based on the sun's transit to the east zodiac sign. We already told every month the sun transit one rasi to another rasi. This is called Veda Sankramana. Because sun every day 1 degree they have to move. One rasi roughly they have completed 30 days. So if we enters in the Mesha and Aries sign, that is Mesha Sankramana. The different 12 names are there. If Mesha Aries to Taurus sign, the Vrishabha Sankramana. Every month Sankramana we have to follow. Midhuna Sankramana, then again transit in Gemini sign. Karkataka Sankramana, Cancer sign, the transit and enter in the Karkataka Rasi, Cancer sign. Then that sign, Cancer sign, sun transit started in Dakshinayana. The Ainam 2 in a year, 2 Ainas are there, Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Dakshinayana begins from sun transit enter in the Karkataka Rasi, that is Cancer sign, to up to end of the enter into beginning of the Capricorn sign. The 6 months period is called Dakshinayana. And sun enters from Cancer sign to Leo sign, the Simha Sankramana. Kanya Sankramana, Simha Sankramana, the sun enters in the Virgo sign. And Libra sign is called Tula Sankramana. And sun enters starting transit in the Scorpio sign, the Uchchika Sankramana. Sun enters in the Sagittarius and Dhanush Sankramana. End of the Dhanush Sankramana, at the end of the Dhanush Rasi transit from Cancer sign to Dhanush Rasi ending point, that is called Dakshinayana period. Whenever sun enters in the Makara Rasi or Capricorn sign, that is Makara Sankranti, Uttarayana begins. In a year, 2 Ainas are there, Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. And sun enters in the Capricorn sign, the Uttarayana begins, that is Makara Sankranti or Sankramana. And Capricorn sign to Aquarius sign, the Kumbha Rasi, the sun enters the Kumbha Sankramana. And then next, Meena Rasi, the fishes sign, that is called Meena Sankramana. Start Meena Rasi to Mesh Sankramana, Mesh Rasi. Like this, every month, one Sankramana will fall in the solar system. 12 Sankramanas are there. The from Meshan to Meenam, the 12 Sankramanas, the parties, each total 360 degrees, the sun passes in roughly 36, 12 months. Each month, the 30 degrees, they passes degrees. 31 to 60, 0 to 30, the Aries sign. 31 to 60, Taurus sign. 60 to 90, like that, Gemini sign. 91 to 120, Cancer. 121 to 150, Leo. 150 to 180, Virgo. 181 to 210, Libra. Like that, we continue up to the 0 to 270 to 360 degrees is the Meena Rasi. Like this, 30 degrees each side. Total 360 degrees. The 12th of the solar month begin when the sun enters in the new zodiac sign. That is called, already told, Sankramanti or Sankraman. The solar months, seasons, Ainas, Uttarayana, Dakshayana, already told. And also the seasons every 2 months. The seasons also, the 6 Rutus are there. So, in generally, in which the every month, the difference seasonal effects also, we have to notice it there. Here, in Odisha, the Odisha region, the solar month starts the same day as the Sankranti itself. This approach offers the straightforward link between the sun's movement and the month's beginning in Odisha. In Tamil Nadu, here the timing of Sankranti plays a role. If the transaction occurs before sunset, the solar month commences on that day. However, the Sankranti falls on the falls sunset, the month begins the next day, following day. In Tamil Nadu, Sankranti, suppose if sun enters in the night time, after sunset, and in another side, the Sankranti will start at next day. The solar month begins from next day in Tamil Nadu. But in Odisha, the same day, whenever, whatever the time, day or night, that is different method they have to follow. In Kerala, like similar to Tamil Nadu, Kerala also considers the timing of Sankranti. The solar month starts on the same day if the transaction happened before the aparana, before the sunset. Otherwise, after night time, the Sankranti will happen. The next day will be begins of the next day solar month will be starting. In West Bengal, Assam, Tripura, these regions employ the more intense approach. If Sankranti occurs between the sunrise and midnight, the solar month begins the next day. However, if the transition happens after the midnight, the month commences at the third day. In these West Bengal, Assam and Tripura, they have to follow. This is generally, if Sankranti happens in the night time, most of the all the other Tamil Nadu or Kerala, they other things followed generally next day to begin the solar month. But it commences on the third day, the month midnight, after midnight, suppose after 12 o'clock night, the Sankranti will happen. Then the third day will be starting the month of the solar month, they will start. The different, they have to follow the different calendar methods. These are the communities in the West Bengal, Assam, and Tripura. They have to follow this type of method. There might also be specific exceptions to the rules depending on the local traditions like that. The regional variations showcase the diverse waves of Indian have traditionally determined the start of solar months. Each method reflects the interpretation of the astronomical knowledge, cultures, practices, and regional preferences also. Understanding these variations offers a fascinating glimpses into the rich tapestry of timekeeping traditions across the India, because the diversified country of India is a very diversified country. And astrological relation of Sauramasa. The Sauramasa reflects the sun influence on the earth. Thus, the sun apparent northward and southward movements across the celestial sphere throughout the year give rise to the concept of the seasons. The Sauramasa system aligns with these seasonal changes, providing a solar-based framework for agriculture practices and seasonal festivals like that. They have to follow the solar system, solar calendar. That is a different, most of the months they have to follow Sauramana Paddhati, and we have to follow Chandramanam. Some in the southern part, they have to, most of the people part the Chandramanam also, lunar compounds. The Chandramanam means lunar compound based on the moon's cycle. Every month, the Chandramanam 29.53 days lunar months. Lunar days is already we said. These dual dependence ensure that Indian calendars remain aligned with the both seasonal cycles and lunar rhythms, something purely solar calendar cannot be achieved. The both lunar solar calendar we have to generally follow. The astronomical core of the Indian calendars in the Panchanga, literally meaning of 5 limbs. Each limb is derived directly from the astronomical calculations. Before that, we know about the Adhika Masa also. Khemasam, Adhika Masam also, the calculation of the calendars that will come. In lunar year, 354 days. In solar year, 365.252. In lunar year, 354 days is shorter than the solar year, 365 days. Indian calendars resolve this discrepancy between solar calendar and lunar calendar. So the astronomical governance intercalculation, they have introduced the Adhika Masa rule. What is Adhika Masa? In solar calendar, we have to every month Sankranti. In solar, no. In which month no solar transit across between 2 new moons incurred, that is Adhika Masa. This method is observation based to avoid the arbitrary leaves. Adhika Masa means aligning the lunar and solar cycles in the Indian calendar. The Hindu calendar, a luni-solar calendar system. Already we told. Present the fascinating interplay between the lunar cycle and the solar year. While the lunar month based on the phases of the moon average roughly 29.5 days, the solar year based on the earth revolution around the sun is approximately 365.24 days. This inherent difference creates a situation where the lunar months drift away from the solar year over a period of time. To maintain alignment and ensure festival fall in the appropriate seasons, the Hindu calendar incorporates as the ingenious concept called Adhika Masa, also known as Mala Masa or Purushottama Masa. The need for Adhika Masa arises from the disparity between the lunar and solar cycles. A lunar year consisting of 12 lunar months is roughly 10.88 days shorter than a solar year. This discrepancy accumulates over a period of 3 years, resulting in a shift of near 1 month. To bridge this gap and keep the lunar months synchronized with the solar seasons. An extra lunar month is inserted into the calendar every 3 years on average, 30 months. These are the two main ways to identify Adhika Masa within the Hindu calendar. Missing of Sankranti. In lunar, if lunar month lacks a Sankranti, the sun's transit into a new zodiac sign is called Sankranti. We already know. Double new moon. Adhika Masa can be identified by observing a solar month containing 2 new moon days. There is no in Sankranti happen. That is called Adhika Masa. Solar versus lunar disparity. A solar year defined by the Earth's celestial revolution around the sun, approximately 365.2564 days, divided by 12 solar months. The average solar month is roughly 30.4380 days. In contrast, in lunar month, based on lunar phases, average 29.53 days. The inherent difference between 0.907 days per month leads to a gradual difference between the lunar and solar calendars. Frequently, the Adhika Masa based on solar months. 0.907 discrepancy suggests that Adhika Masa is needed every 29.53 days by 0.907 days is equal to 32.56 solar months. This translates roughly 2.71 solar years. This is Adhika Masa calculation method. Every roughly 30 months, one Adhika Masa will come. The frequency of Adhika Masa based on the lunar months. Alternatively, the 11th day disparity between the solar and lunar year implies the need for an Adhika Masa every 29.53 days by 11 days is equal to 2.68 lunar years. This deficient accumulates over a period of creating a need for an additional lunar month after approximately 2 years and 8 months. Every 2 years, 8 months, the lunar Adhika Masa will arise, come to adjust the lunar and solar calendars. The incorporation of Adhika Masa occurs roughly every 2.68 lunar years or 2.71 solar years, driven of the relative motion of the sun and the moon. This ingenious mechanism ensures that the lunar-based festivals remain aligned with the corresponding seasons, preserving the rich cultural heritage within the Hindu calendar system. This is the further sake, they have to adjust it like this, Adhika Masa. And Kshaya Masa also, the decay of the month. The Hindu calendar system is a lunisolar system. Balance of the cycle of the moon and the sun. However, the Earth orbits around the sun is not perfectly circular, leading to variations of the length of solar month. The shortest solar month, Magha, spans roughly 29 days and 10 hours. This variability can create a unique situation where a lunar month entirely overlaps a particularly short solar month. In this tradition, Amanta system, lunar months are named after the solar month in which their initial new moon falls. If a solar month lacks a new moon due to the Earth's faster movement, the corresponding lunar month becomes lost or Kshaya Masa happens. Anything, a solar month lacks a new moon due to the Earth's faster movement, the corresponding lunar month becomes a lost or Kshaya Masa happens. This missing month describes the typical 12 months lunar year structure. The additional month Adhika Masa comes in the compared with the Kshaya Masa, the lunar year incorporate 2 Adhika Masa. There are lunar months with 2 new moons. One Adhika Masa acts as an intervention month inserted in adjustment time, while the other acts as a true month, effectively replacing the missing Kshaya Masa. This ingenious mechanism restores the standard of 12-month structure. It can also be mentioned the alternate terms that whenever there is a lunar month which has not two Sankramanas, a Kshayamasa is there. It is sometimes called a Ahamspati also. This is the occurrence of Kshayamasa is rare event and no new moon is found occurring within a solar month. This is every 19 years or 15 years that it will come. This is the solar Adhika Masa, Kshayamasa. First, before that, going to Panchangam details, we have to know the lunisolar calendar system, solar system, lunar months, how the Tithi Vara Nakshatra Kala Ganam time, how they speak, some Ainas, seasons, months, fortnights. We know about all these things. The Adhika Masa rule will occurs, and then he understands solar lunar synchronization. We have to adjust with the Adhika Masa and missing to Sankramana, the Kshayamasa. The regional adjustment, because the rituals and everything is the same season, they would occur, they would adjust the systems. Astronomical regional calendars and astronomical unity. Indian has a multiple calendars traditions, Tamil, Bengal, Malayalam, Marathi, Telugu, Kannada, North Indian, lunar calendar, etc. But all the share the same astronomical foundation. Differences arise due to the local sunrise references. Lunar month naming, already we told the name Purnima date that will come according to lunar months. They have to call Chaitra Vaisaga, just like that. The lunar month systems also inform the celestial mechanism and Panchanga principles, celestial frameworks. In IKS, astronomy is not a isolated observations. It is directly governed daily and social events. This is the background of our Indian calendar systems derived. So many differences, so many variations, so many methods, but based on the astronomical observations and calculations, arithmetical and trigonometry, geometry, so many Siddhanta Bhagas, period of a time, one different times they have to follow. And most of the fundamental structure is the Indian calendar system with the Panchanga. Panchanga means 5 angas, Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karana. These are the calculation methods, how they will incorporate in calendar system, what is the important. Thus we have to know everything but tomorrow classes, and also what is the how they are which places they have to follow these systems, how to calculate Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karanalu, and also that is the most important things. Here, and also the Vedic period also different time to time. They have to calculate methods are different from Aryabhatta, Varahamira and recent parts, and Rishis also, Pravatakas also there. They have to different methods they have to follow. The Asian Vedic periods also there. In each period, the differences, some other things also tomorrow we have to discuss. And tomorrow detailed structure of the what is Panchangam based on the Hindu calendar system, how to calculate all the things, and what is the other things important to related to the Indian calendar system also. We have to discuss tomorrow class. And for today, what is the background of the Indian calendar system? How this is the form, what is which calendar, Western calendars and Indian calendars, what is the difference? In astronomical observation, so many factors included in the Indian ritual systems in the years of before that ancient time, the Indian culture. And this is the basic Indian culture. Most important part of the Indian calendar system is the Panchangam. Tomorrow class, we have to discuss about the Panchangam details manner. I think everybody followed this till then. And you have to read once again that thorough book chapter, calendar system. You can understand the things. Thank you, Ananda. I have to discuss tomorrow detailed class of the Panchangam systems.
Thank you, madam. Dhanyavad Mahodaya. And then someone posted a doubt in the chat box.
Okay.
If you are having any doubt, raise your hands, please. one doubt is there. That is, if there are 27 nakshatras, why only 12 months? That is a doubt in chat box, madam.
The particular month we have to naming of the month in the Indian calendar system. Purnima day, which day that Purnima day, which nakshatra, that is called naming of the month. After 27 days, they have to move the moon, continue, already told, that lunar month. But some day, some mantra, particularly that nakshatra pass, that is easily they have to process the naming of the month. Only total 12 months only in a year. In lunar system or solar system also. Total days. Word kunte, na? That's why.
Thank you, madam. And some others. Is there any doubts for the from this today's topic? Please raise your hands. Otherwise, we will close our session. Or directly, you may ask the questions.
Maybe first we do the prarthana.
Okay. Okay. It is 7:51. We will go to session ending prarthana.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीषाः रोजमेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं सौरस्तु ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्धनाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदान्तकम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायं प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Dhanyavada Mahodaya. And then Mr. Venkat Narayan sir, recite Janaganamana.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद
Jai. Dhanyavada Mahodaya. And then if you are having any doubts, please continue this doubt session.
Namaskar, madam.
Cheppandi sir.
Madam, actually, the beauty of the Indian system is that from a very minute time scale, from that Muhurta and so on, it spans over Yuga, how many years of Kali Yuga. I think tomorrow it will cover that Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga. This will be of how many duration, all are discussed, isn't it, madam?
Yes, చెప్పండి. Hello.
Could you repeat, Gautamji, could you repeat your question? She didn't hear.
Oh, I see. I was telling that beauty of the Indian system of this calendar is that from a very minute time scale, Muhurta and below also, and up to the Yuga, when that Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta, Dapur, and what is the duration? 4,32 years and so on.
Yeah.
4,32,000 years.
Yeah.
So these are all given here.
Tomorrow in class we will discuss that also.
Is there anyone? So there are no doubts about the topic, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very clearly you explained about the topic.
Thank you.
What is the Indian calendrical system, and
Yes.
what are the theories are there internally? We don't know actually. We
Yeah,
mean the people we are attending, those people don't know actually. So
Yes, yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Tomorrow we'll meet again and
Thank you,
further
madam.
discuss about this. What is the system-based Siddhanta Bhaga?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Definitely,
Ratanda.
Thank you,
Dhanyavad.
madam. Dhanyavad.
Subharat.
Sir, ye Babu sir.
Go ahead and close, please.
Okay. Now I am stopping the recording.